So a new update for Overwatch came out, and while it doesn't really change much in terms of gameplay stuff, although some nerfs and buffs have been applied, so minor changes have been made with Lucio, but people already know about that. What is interesting about Overwatch Uprising are the new skins and the new event. Now, first I'm going to talk about the event. The event's available in two different game modes. The one is the canon mode, where you play with the 4 heroes who are designed to be for this event, namely Reinhardt and his, all of these are kind of from the past, so they're a bit younger, and they're all wearing their Overwatch uniforms. So we have Reinhardt, we have Mercy, who's, by the way, Reinhardt's the main tank, if you don't know that. Mercy's the main healer. We have Tracer, who is a flanker type of hero, teleports around really fast. It's supposedly her first mission ever for the Overwatch team. And we have Torbjorn, who's a defensive character and the Overwatch engineer. He's been designing all the different tech for Overwatch that they mostly use. And you're supposed to go to London and save the people from a lot of crazy gun robots who are terrorizing everyone. They're basically terrorist robots, pretty crazy. And it's a lot of fun. It actually goes really well, and it's a PvE event. You got enemy bastions, you got a few different types of robots that you need to fight, and it can offer you a huge challenge on any difficulty, even on the easiest difficulty. If you're not careful, you can mess up. Luckily, every character can resurrect. You just need to go close to the downed character and hold R, and the character is going to be resurrected, so that's pretty cool. And what's even nicer is they decided to also allow the same game mode with free character selection. So if you want, you can play this version where you have the 4 specified characters, or you can play the version where you play with whichever character you want in this mode. And this is where things go really crazy, because obviously for this mode, some characters are just going to be much, much more effective than others. And that just makes the game a lot of fun if you want to make it super hard and everyone plays stupid, crazy characters that really don't fit here. Characters like Hanzo, like Genji, although Hanzo can be useful with his ultimate, but mainly the main fire is where it's at. So we actually tried that and we failed. We tried playing it in the super hard mode, we failed. Now you'll find out by this footage that I'm not particularly the best Overwatch player, and I don't claim to be by far. I'm playing here with a few friends and my girlfriend Sarah. And we had a lot of fun with this, but where we didn't have a fun was the actual updating process. You see the new skins that are being released, especially the Blackwatch skins, the new skin for Genji, the new skin for Mercy. There's just a lot of really cool new skins, and people were hyped. And people were really hyped just for these skins because these skins look awesome. They really did a great job here, especially the Genji skin is absolutely badass. And the thing is, this managed to pull some players who have been getting bored with Overwatch back into the game, me included. I hadn't played Overwatch for about a month at all. I hadn't even started the game since I've been playing other better games, if you ask me, for the time being, but non-multiplayer games, single player mostly games. And it pulled me back because this is some really cool stuff and it's interesting. The new event is a lot of fun, and apparently it pulled back a lot of people. So the Overwatch Blizzard servers just went down. They could not handle this. We had first downloading the whole patch was a pain for me because me and Sarah is a huge fan of Overwatch. She plays Overwatch all the time, and so she informs me, the update's out, let's update, let's patch, let's play. So I was trying to update it. It took me super long. The servers were overburdened with all the downloads, so the downloads were slow. And then Sarah managed to get in at the beginning, but then it crashed for her and she no longer could. And then we saw something that reminded me back of the start when Diablo 3 came out, and if you remember, nobody could log in because there were just too many people. And you'd think that Blizzard already learned from this, But I guess a patch doesn't seem to be as scary as just the start of a new anticipated game, so that was totally unexpected. And suddenly, for the first time, at least since I can remember, and I've played since the beta, so for the first time there was actually a queue. And what a crazy queue it was. We're talking at first when I got kicked and tried to relog, it immediately told me that I'm in position 10,000. So there are, 9,999 people before me. I thought to myself, fuck this shit, and I turned it off. And later on I tried to just see how it goes, and I went up to 90,000. So that was crazy. Over 90,000 people were waiting in queue, and actually there were even more. I've read on the internet reports of people who exceeded 100,000, so ridiculous, just absolutely crazy. Luckily, they managed to get it in control pretty fast. I'd say an hour and a half to 2 hours after the patch officially came out, things were back and working somewhat. I'm saying somewhat because we made a group of 4 and we were trying to do the PvE event, so the game doesn't even need to search for other players. We're already 4 people and we just need to go inside the game and play. And we would wait for a very long time until the game found the game, sort of, because it really doesn't need to find much. It just needs to offer us a server to play on. And then many times it would just give us server error and just kick us out of the queue, and we had to queue up for the game again. So there was a lot of craziness here. But ultimately what I draw from this is that it's just never too late to see something like that happen. Even just a small patch, if it's good, if it offers good content, or if it at least looks good, this will happen. And the reason this exploded so much is because Blizzard was kind of hiding the whole thing. Nobody knew until it suddenly got leaked. A French trailer got leaked where it's called Insurrection, I think, and people saw it and their minds were blown. They were like, "Oh my God, this thing is coming in 2-3 days, and we have no idea. Why didn't anyone tell us?" So it was very crazy. And this hyped the whole thing, so maybe they'll learn from it and they won't hype it so much. They'll just say it's coming, be prepared, it's coming in 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Give people more time, don't hype them so much in advance. I don't know, although maybe if you give them more time, they might have time to hype even more. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I think with these cool looking skins, just look at the Genji skin and you'll know what I mean. I mean, it's absolutely crazy awesome. So with these cool looking skins, the game is definitely enticing people to play again, and it's pretty cool that they also kind of extend the story of Overwatch. And since we're talking about story, this is supposed to be Tracer's first mission, and I wanted to address something. My last review was of Mass Effect Andromeda, and I was complaining about BioWare being too PC and shoving all those homosexual bullshit in our faces and stuff. And I want to really emphasize here, I don't have a problem with gays. I just have a problem with gays being shoved into my face, if you know what I mean. Nobody cares about somebody's sexuality. I don't go on the street and wonder what's this guy's sexuality, what's that girl's sexuality. I don't care about that. And I don't care about it in games especially, it just doesn't have anything to do there. And if you remember the Christmas update of Overwatch, if you play Overwatch, you will know that actually Tracer, that female character, who's by the way the poster child for Overwatch, so that's like the main character they used to advertise the game, they declared her on Christmas that she's actually a homosexual and that she has a girlfriend. Now, why is that relevant? Let me pose this question to you. Which other character do you know of their sexual relations of this game? Have you heard of anyone having any relationship with somebody else? I don't think I have. And I've been playing this game since it came out. And my point with this is, why is one character suddenly the center of attention based on the fact that she makes out with other chicks? It's just ridiculous. You don't have to go and tell me what a character's backstory is relating to their sexuality. That is the least important thing I can think of. Quite honestly, nobody cares. And especially if people usually draw their own conclusions. If you had asked me, if you had told me, there's a female in this cast who's gay, which one is it? I would have gone with Zarya, because Zarya is, big and burly and kind of masculine. I would have assumed she's a bull dyke, But what actually turns out is that it's Tracer, who is very girly, is cute, acts like a girl. Yeah, she has short hair, that's probably the only indication ever, but, there are lots of straight girls with short hair. But my point is that I don't care about that. I never needed to know this. And this is what really angers me. This whole thing of Blizzard doing this, it's not because they think to themselves, all right, we want to tell our players about the story of this game, and we want them to become intimately familiar with our characters, just as BioWare doesn't care about that. This is all about saying, you see this? You see, we're definitely not homophobic. We're not homophobic. We have our main guy is gay. Our main girl in this game. You know what I mean? This is just a get out of jail free card for them, with which they buy themselves the appreciation of stupid liberal people who think that this is super important and we should all know everyone's sexuality and we should celebrate it and we should clap when somebody changes does an operation to change their sex and whatnot. And this is ridiculous. This had never anything to do with gaming, and it shouldn't go in there. Quite honestly, do your politics outside of our games. When I see a superhero in a game, the last thing I wonder is, but could she or he be gay? That never crosses my mind, and it never will, because it is stupid. We don't need this. So instead, what they should do is they should give us good stories. They should give us good game modes. I mean, when we talk about Tracer, this is not the first time they're kissing the ass of idiot feminists and social justice warriors throughout the world. There was actually a victory pose of Tracer with which she's with her back towards the player. I don't know if you've heard about this. It was somewhere last year. And the stupid feminists were declaring, oh, you can see Tracer's ass too prominently. Tracer's ass is too sexualized. This is too sexy. And Blizzard removed that. They straight out took a perfectly fine victory pose and removed it. Just for comparison, Widowmaker, who's a sniper in the game if you don't play the game, although if you don't play the game you probably won't be watching this video, but Widowmaker, who's like the most sexualized character in this game, and she is pretty sexy, we gotta admit. Although personally I'm more of a Mercy kind of guy, also because my girlfriend plays a Mercy main, but she also takes Widow, so I have an excuse. But my point is that Widowmaker is much more sexy, and half of her poses are super sexy. Also because that's her general demeanor, But I don't take now Widowmaker and start removing her stuff, That's just stupid. My point is that they just do all this stuff to kiss the ass of people who don't matter. 99% of those bitches who complain about this are not even gamers. They don't even play, quite honestly. I've played games for most of my life, and I barely remember meeting any such retards in games. But you meet all kinds of idiots in games, obviously, but this would be a real exception. Chicks who play in games, and as you know, statistically it is assumed that female gamers make about half of all the players throughout the world of games. So gaming is definitely a 50-50 thing. There are lots of chicks who play. I've had lots of contact with chicks who play. My girlfriend plays all the time. And we're not such people. She's not a feminist. She's not an idiot. She's not a social justice warrior, and neither am I. We're just annoyed because this is all a form of censorship, and games are art. And art should not be censored. Especially not when there's nothing to censor. I mean, I would understand if Hanzo had a victory pose where he pulls out a dick and holds it in one hand and points at the screen with the other and says, yeah, I would understand that. That is absurd. But when you have a character who's just wearing her normal clothes and for once not facing you but just turning around and her ass is seen, that's hardly a good example of something that needs to be cut out of a game. And in the same way, you do not have to tell me that a character is gay or not. If you actually want me to make such a conclusion about somebody's sexuality, do it in a more subtle, intelligent, and interesting way. Don't show me how she fucking makes out with another woman and claims that's my girlfriend. Don't show me that. Do it like it was before. I assumed Zarya was homosexual. You will not see me talking about specifically Zarya in any video ever in the past or maybe in the future, although don't say never, but my point is, if nothing changes, simply because my assumption that Zarya is homosexual is based on experience, and it's just, if you ask me, that's my answer. It's not something that I can't sleep over. It's not something that bothers me. I am fine with having them in the games. I am not fine with concentrating on it. I've said it many times. People's sexuality should not be a topic that we talk about loudly all the time, except it's a problem, like in this case, now I'm talking about it, obviously, but I'm addressing a problem related to this. They take a perfectly fine situation and they're like, but you want to know about their sexuality? And I'm like, no, I don't care about that. I just want to play the game. Tell me about what happened to the story. No, but did you know this one's gay? Blizzard, I do not care. Yeah, but this is her girlfriend. Look, we're going to make him make out. Why, Blizzard? Why? And obviously Blizzard has been selling the sexuality of their characters for so long. I mean, there is enough porn with Overwatch characters out there. I personally find animated porn boring. I'm more of a proper porn kind of guy. But there are lots of people who like it. More power to them. I don't mind that. But don't you tell me that Blizzard doesn't incentivize this. You're going to find it a lot harder finding porn about, I don't know, Teletubbies. If you want characters not to be sexualized, you're gonna, it's gonna be easy to make that. But they know that sex sells, so on one end they're giving you sexy characters, and on the other end they're saying, oh, but we don't want them too sexy. Like, we just want them a bit sexy, maybe to get you hard, but not for you to start jacking off. Just get hard from it. You know what I mean? No, well, neither do I at this point. I'm a little confused. My point is, new update, really cool. And second, that's just an old topic that since the new update talks about Tracer's origin story, please stop telling me about characters' sexuality. I don't care about it. I don't want to see character making out and stuff. If I want to watch porn, I'll go watch porn. And especially stop making characters homosexual. Stop deleting their poses. Stop kissing the asses of these SJW pussies and these stupid feminists out there. You don't want to do that because they're not even your customers. They're not paying for your games. People like me and you, the listener, are, and we are usually people who do not give much of a damn when it comes to these things. So don't do this. It just pisses us off. Not everyone's pissed off, but I am. So, why risk it? Why risk, even if just 5% of your customers could be pissed off by something, just don't do it. The game's selling fine. You don't need to anger 5% of your customers. Even if it's 1%, why anger them just to satisfy some people who are not even interested in your games? So that's where I'm going to put an end to this rant. I don't want to take too much of your time about this. The new update's a lot of fun. Go play it. It seems to have stabilized. Everything now works fine. At least that is something that's good about Blizzard. They do take care of the problems fast. So if you want to play the game, go ahead and try it. It's a lot of fun. If you want to play with me, you're welcome to send me a friend's request on Blizzard or something. I'm sure we can do a game or two. Thanks for watching and have a great day.